Hey friends, it's Amy at the Keto Queen. It's Monday. I'm excited to be home from work and we're making a new dish tonight. So always excited to try something new. Guys, we love Brussels sprouts. So any reason to try a new dish with Brussels sprouts, I'm all about it. So guys, I hope you've had a great day. It's Monday. As you're jumping on, let me know where you're watching from and what you're doing for dinner tonight. That's low carb or keto friendly. We are cooking up some Brussels sprouts right now, sauteed in some Italian sausage grease. Yes, we cooked up our Italian sausage and we left behind that little bit of grease that was in the skillet. And now we're sauteing up some Brussels sprouts, a whole pound of Brussels sprouts, and a chopped half of a small onion. And they are looking so good. They're smelling delicious. But look, we had some like giant Brussels sprouts at the store this week, so they're huge. And because they're so big, it's taken a few minutes for them to cook. You want to cook them until they start to get a little soft. We are going to put them in the oven though, so they don't have to be super soft, but you want them to get soft before we move on to the next step. So I'm going to cover them. Normally wouldn't do that, but they look so beautiful. And I'm going to show you again in just a second. They're browned up and they look so pretty. But we're just sauteing those Brussels sprouts in the onion, and I'm going to cover it just so they'll get soft a little faster. So what we've done so far is we took some Italian sausage, a pound of Italian sausage. I pulled the casing off and just cut them into chunks. And we browned that, cooked it all the way through, and then left that little bit of grease in the skillet to saute a pound of Brussels sprouts. I love fresh Brussels sprouts. And actually I did a little over a pound, just a little over a pound. And then a chopped small onion, or a piece of a small onion. You can do as much onion or no onion if you don't like onion, but you want a little bit of seasoning, right? So the onion and the garlic we're fixing to add is what's really gonna make the seasoning in this dish. But if you want to use onion powder, you're welcome to. I normally wouldn't cover my skillet up because I'd be scared they'd get too soft, but I want these to cook. I've got my oven on 400, guys. How are you doing? If you love Brussels sprouts, give me some hearts. Like I told Ricky, I said Brussels sprouts, Italian sausage, like Worcestershire sauce. All those things sound so good separately. So together, it's got to be a delicious meal. I'm excited to try it tonight for the first time. And you guys know the way I run this page. This is a live video, so we're cooking it together. When we're done, I will have a picture of the plated dish, or at least the completed dish tonight, and I'll let you know if I love it or not. So I'm super excited. I can't imagine it not being good. I love Brussels sprouts. And this is a dish like a one-hit wonder, I guess, or one-pot wonder, I guess, if you want to call it, like a one-pot dish, where we're going to cook it all. If you had an oven-safe dish, which this one is, I could just throw it right back in my oven, but I'm going to move it over to a pretty casserole dish just because I want to. And this one's kind of small. I told Ricky a while ago I'm going to have to invest in some new cookware. So guys, what are you doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly? We're just waiting a couple of hot more minutes to see if this Brussels sprout will get a little soft. Guys, if you love to try new foods and you found some really good recipes on my page, I would love for you to hit that share button. Hit that share button so we can show people how easy it is to pick really good foods that make you feel great. Oh no, Carol has no sound. Carol, I think you're the only one. New follower. Hey, Amy, how are you? Amy Nicole. My name is Amy Lachey. Made them with onions and bacon chunks. Ooh, I love Brussels sprouts. Amy, welcome to the page. Thanks for following. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. Carol says from Washington, love watching. Hey, Carol. Hey, Rosalie. How are you doing from North Carolina? I know Rosalie from North Carolina. So guys, we're making a new dish tonight. It's an Italian sausage and Brussels sprout dish, and I love Italian sausage and we love Brussels sprouts. Ooh, Kay says I'm truly glowing. It cannot be from the ketones. Oh, I bet it is. It is from the ketones. She's saying she can't wait to get her ketones. Oh my gosh. I can't wait either, Kay. Roseanne said, I bet it would be good over garlic cream cauliflower. Ooh, yes. I had Brussels sprouts for supper tonight. I sauteed them in avocado oil and with a ribeye. Yum, Linda, that sounds amazing. I met your daughter a little over a year ago after a Gary Allen concert. You did, Christy? I'm originally from Beach Bluff. Oh, yeah. Ricky's originally from Beach Bluff, too, my husband. She is a mess. My daughter is a mess. So I'm so glad you did, Christy. That's so cool. Salmon and Brussels sprouts, new follower. Hey, from Ohio. Hey, Marsha, how are you? Getting ready for the winter storm. Oh, man. 13 to 24 inches. Are you kidding me, Betty? So I'm a silly girl, and instead of going for, like, the sun and the beach, I'm going back to Minnesota at the end of the month, and I'm like, I'm going back to the snow instead of the sun. Ooh, the Italian sausage with peppers and tomato sauce. I'm so glad you loved it, Tanya. We love that too. Carol, you must be the only one without sound. I wonder what's going on with your phone. That is too funny. I'm from Tennessee, Amy. And thank you. I appreciate that. All right, well, let's get busy. Let's get busy. So let me take this top off. Let me tell you what we've done so far. I went ahead and cooked up a pound of Italian sausage. Now, my husband and my daughter, they got a weird texture thing. They don't like the casing on the sausage, so I bought the sausage links, like the Italian sausage that you would grill out. I took the casing off because they got a weird thing about texture, and I just cut it into bite-sized chunks, and we cooked those all the way through. Just moved them out of the way, and I used that same grease to start sauteing these Brussels sprouts. I mean, these look fabulous. So we are sauteing the onion. I got a half of a small onion chopped up and a pound of Brussels sprouts. I love fresh Brussels sprouts. And that's all we've done, and look how pretty they are. I mean, I could just eat them out of it. Nothing, just onion seasoning, I got it. But we're gonna go ahead and add some more ingredients. And this is gonna be super, super fast. So the first thing we're gonna do is add some garlic. Now, I love garlic. You guys may not, but if you're new to my page, you're gonna find that I cook with a lot of garlic. I love garlic. You can use garlic powder if you want to in this, but I love minced garlic. And a trick my mother-in-law taught me was to buy the fresh garlic pouches in the produce section. I'll show you guys in a minute if you'll remind me when we finish this step. Get the fresh little pouches out of the produce section and put the bag in the freezer. You can just pull out a pouch at a time and use it. Just let them sit for a second, like they've been sitting this long, and just mince them right up here. And those frozen pouches last so much longer than fresh garlic that you buy and put in the refrigerator. So look, we're just adding some garlic. You can do as much or as little as you want, really. I'm doing about 6 or 7 cloves here. You might want 2. You might want garlic powder all by itself. Perfectly fine. However you prefer. We're going to add the garlic, and we're going to saute these for about another 30 seconds or so. You want to smell that garlic. I'm throwing onion everywhere. We want to smell that garlic. I am going to come back and answer any more questions, guys. So if you have questions for me, put them in the comments. Ooh, this smells so good. My onions are starting to stick. Oh, goodness. All right, well, let me get busy. Let's add the next ingredients. We got to move this over. All right, next, we're going to use salt and pepper. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. Teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of salt. Ooh, that's a little more than a teaspoon, that's all right. And we're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. So I don't know if I'm saying that right. Y'all can make fun of me if you want to. We're gonna use some Worcestershire sauce. And if you have a lot, I would recommend 2 to 4 tablespoons. I only have enough, hopefully. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Well, that's very disappointing. I barely have 2 teaspoons. I would say 2 to 4. I thought I had a whole thing, but that's okay. I'm just going to use what I got, doggone it. All right, I need to take this off the heat because it is getting too hot. Okay, so seriously, if you have a lot more Worcestershire than I do, I would say 2 to 4 tablespoons, or teaspoons, I'm sorry, 2 to 4 teaspoons. Let me check and just make sure I don't have any more in my refrigerator. I don't think I do. Oh, heck. I do. I'm so excited. This is new, so I want to make sure I do it just like I'm going to recommend you guys do it. All right. All right, so we're going to do a full 4 teaspoons because I want a lot of flavor. I love flavor. So we're going to add that 4th teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce in there. And we're going to also add some cream cheese. So I'm doing 2 ounces of cream cheese. I lost my knife. I'm going to do 2 ounces of cream cheese. We're just going to put it right here into the skillet. I'm going to cut it up in small little chunks because guess what? It melts a lot faster when you do that. I took it off the heat because this stovetop gets so super hot. So if you have a stovetop that will literally let you vary the heat, you can turn it down to a very small simmer. But this back eye, which is the biggest eye on my stovetop, is crazy hot. So I can turn it off and you'll still hear it sizzling back here. So we added, guys, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper. We added 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. And we added 2 ounces of cream cheese. And we're just going to let this melt We're gonna let this melt, and then what we're fixing to do is add this over to my little casserole dish. Now, if you've got a big skillet that is actually oven safe, which there's a lot of them out there, this one actually is, it's just too small, then you can just put all your ingredients together and stick it right in the oven. My oven's on 400, and you'll see this is starting to melt. You see that cream cheese melting? Yes, this is gonna be fire. I love Brussels sprouts. So we're just waiting on this cream cheese to melt up just a little bit. Now, my Brussels sprouts are not super soft, but you see they're starting to brown and they look beautiful. We're gonna put this in the oven on 400 for about 10 to 15 minutes. It really depends on the thickness of your Brussels sprouts and how soft you got them in your skillet. I just don't want them turned into mush because we're stirring a lot of things. So I just got mine just semi-soft. All right, now we are going to pour this right over here into this baking dish. My little pretty Pioneer Woman baking dish. I'm just gonna pour it right in. Ooh. And I'm fixing to run back over this recipe real fast, guys. It is in the post for you. And tonight after dinner, because I know this is gonna be delicious, I will post the finished product and it will probably go straight to the recipe blog. I put everything to the recipe blog that I know is gonna be delicious or looks delicious. All right, so we're just gonna stir this in. And last thing, or the second to last thing, is we're gonna add in our sausage. So we're gonna add that sausage right back. Try to do it without making a mess here. Trying to record too so I can make some reels later. All right, we're just gonna add that sausage back. And then guess what? I've got some fresh Parmesan cheese. We're gonna top it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the thickness and the doneness of your Brussels sprouts. But as you can see, everything is cooked. The sausage is cooked. Ooh, it smells delicious, y'all. I can't even tell you. Cannot even tell you how delicious this smells. And I could just eat this sausage right up. I haven't eaten today, as y'all can tell. I'm not hungry, but it smells so good, it makes me want to eat for sure. All right, we are going to get all this mess out of my way. I try to clean up as I go, but if you're new, my husband is an awesome man, and he helps me clean. We have a deal. I cook, he cleans, and it's amazing. But I try to pick up behind myself so it doesn't look like a complete disaster. Most of the time, my kitchen looks like a restaurant kitchen with, well, actually, a restaurant kitchen's probably clean. Mine looks like a hot, like 15 people have been cooking in here when I finish. All right, let me throw this out of the way and get my cheese grater ready. All right, so I've just got a fresh block of Parmesan. You can stir this around just a little bit if you want to make sure the sausage is mixed in really good with the Brussels sprouts. I mean, I'm fixing to show y'all how beautiful this is before I even put the cheese on. You can actually leave the cheese off. You don't have to have anything else. This looks amazing. We just want those Brussels sprouts to get a little softer, but I am gonna put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on here just because I want to, and we love cheese at my house. Absolutely no requirement. Ooh, man, looks good. Look how pretty it is. Without the cheese, it looks fantastic. I would just put this on 400 until those Brussels sprouts begin to soften, but we are going to go ahead and add a little bit of Parmesan. And if you do add cheese, guys, you can decide how much and what kind. I'm using Parmesan because I love Parmesan, but I think this would be really good with a pepper jack. I think this would be good with a Gouda. Like Worcestershire and Gouda sounds really good together. But Parmesan's pretty potent and very good mixed in all types of casseroles. I don't know what that was. I thought my darn new puppy peed on the floor, but she didn't. I must have threw something over there. All right. Dang, I keep throwing cheese. All right, and you can do as much as you want. Like I said, I'm just making sure I got a little bit throughout the casserole dish. And I've got my oven on 400, like I said. I'm gonna cook this for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna time it for 10 just to check. I don't like my vegetables mushy, but I also don't like them crunchy. We literally are just waiting for the Brussels sprouts to soften the way you like, and then this dish is ready for you. Oh man, this is gonna be yummy. I can just tell you right now. All right. Ooh, looky there, y'all. Going straight in the oven. I'm gonna see if you guys have any questions before I jump in the backyard. Woo. I'm gonna try to get some steps in this afternoon. So I'm gonna see if you guys have any questions for me real fast before I walk outside with the puppy dogs. All right, let's see. I'm gonna get back to where I was if I can find where I was. I hope you guys have had a great day. Hey, Terry. Can't wait to heal and start over with keto. Oh, I definitely want to help you. Want to help me to rehab. Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing well, though. Hey, Emily Chase, I will be seeing you on Thursday, won't I? Let's see. Melanie, I'm missing you. I tried to order another box, so it's coming up full price. Melanie, send me a message if you have already. I apologize. It's been a crazy day at work, but I'm fixing to check my messages in the backyard, walking the concrete. So I will check and see if you already sent me a message. If you haven't, go ahead and send me one with your cell phone, and I'll give you a call and help you out. Chicken enchilada casserole tonight, Carol. That sounds amazing. I'm going to Apple Valley, Minnesota, Suzanne. But first, this Friday, I'm going to Las Vegas. Going to Las Vegas for one full day. And I'm super excited because I'm going to get to see a lot of friends. And I can't wait to get a lot of motivation and some education. So I'm excited to go to Vegas this week. I'm leaving on Thursday morning. And I'll have all day Friday. And then I'm flying back Saturday morning. So it's going to be a quick trip. Virginia, I love your accent, trying to figure out where you're from. Oh, that was Amy. I done talked to Amy. Hey, Patricia, how are you guys? All right, let me go back and see if I missed anything. Everyone watching should try the Keto Queen's lasagna recipe. Thank you, Sharon. I love that recipe too. If you need the blog, I will definitely be posting the blog tonight with a picture of this completed meal. And if you need it without me posting it, it is amyketoqueen.com. amyketoqueen.com. Man, Terry's been in the hospital for 8 weeks, y'all. Let's give Terry some hearts and some prayers. Terry, we hope you are getting better and recovering in rehab. All right. Checking real quick, see if I'm missing any questions. Don't forget to show us the garlic. I checked my... Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Diane. We found it. This is the one I got from Walmart this week. It's in the produce section, so I've seen them at Kroger too. It's just like pouches of garlic in a Ziploc bag. So you can literally just take out a pouch at a time, use as much as you want to. Sometimes I don't even use the whole pouch. Like I'll just put it right back in this frozen bag. But I just love these and they last forever. See, this says it expires May the 9th. I can use this as slow or as fast as I want to because it's frozen. I love these. They're in the fresh produce section. Hopefully you'll find them at your store, but I have found them at Walmart and at Kroger. And they're over there in the seasonings, so like the fresh seasonings, like the dill and the oregano, all the fresh seasonings where I always find mine. All right, I better get my walking shoes on and get outside. I'm going to try to get some steps. Hey, Tina. All right, guys, the recipe is right in the post. If you need any help, make sure you send me a message. I'm fixing to check my messages out in the backyard, getting some steps in. And I'm done. You guys are awesome. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.